Hey guys, D1sco here, and today I'm reacting to the Dead by Daylight update 7.6.2 bug fix patch. I am a day late as recording this because I didn't see it until very late the day it came out, and then I was having some, and then the camera was dead, so I had to wait for, so I plugged in the camera, and it just became pretty late, and I was still waiting for the camera to ended up being like very late at night, so I just decided to go to sleep and record this later. So I'm recording this now. So I am a day late, so I'm sure some of you who actually care about this stuff have probably already seen it. I have not, because of sleeping, or well, that, and also just because of all the problems I had, and I've kind of been busy a little bit. So interesting. So they touched 4 add-ons in this update. That's interesting. Because it says content killer updates the clown add-on. Sticky soda bottle increases invigoration's effect by 2%, and that's a rework. Cheap gin bottle increases invigoration's effect by 3%, and that's also a rework. Clown has some problems. It's kind of a reason why you didn't really see many clowns. Not because he's bad, but like he does have some problems. A lot of the characters have at least a problem, whether it be minor or major. And so I guess what I'm kind of curious about by this rework for the add-ons is, do they mean what do they mean by increases the effects? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is it going to be more, like, is the whole thing with like the screen and stuff going to be more noticeable, or what exactly? I don't know. This isn't the game, so I'll check that out at some point, because the wording's a little strange just based off of how he works, but I'm definitely curious about it. The Huntress add-ons. Letter Loop Hatchet hits grant 2% haste for 5 seconds, and that's a rework. Infantry Belt Hatchet hits grant 3% haste for 5 seconds, rework. I wonder if that's because of they touched Huntress at one point, and they wanted to add like a speed boost for and they like wanted to give her like a speed boost, like a haste effect. I don't know if they kept that. I remember, I forget if it was Spooky Loops or Coconut, but one of them felt like it was way too powerful. And even made a video showcasing like how powerful that could be. I believe they toned it down quite a bit. I honestly can't remember, but I wonder if this is something similar where they want to give her a speed boost, but they were trying to do it in such a way where it actually isn't too powerful, so they just put it behind add-ons or something. Who knows? Bug fixes. Characters. Fix an issue that caused the Unknown's lunch to be shorter than other killers. That's honestly that's a good bug fix, because from my understanding, all characters have pretty much the same distance of launch. Like, I don't remember if it's different as in like relative to the character. So for instance, Chucky, because he's so small, maybe he goes farther than say Michael, who's taller, but it like evens out to be about the same, distance or something. I'm not sure, but fixing that is definitely good, because I believe the character's supposed to move a certain amount when they watch. So the Unknown moving not as much, well, obviously that helped survivors, but that is a problem because they're supposed to move a certain amount. So that's definitely a good fix. Fix an issue that caused the Unknown to not see a black screen when teleporting to a hallucination currently being interacted with by a survivor. That one's interesting. I don't know a whole lot about the Unknown. I tested him out during the PTB. It didn't go well. to no one's surprise, because I am the worst D1 player of all time. So there's that, but that's definitely a good fix. Definitely good that Unknown, who is the most recent killer, getting some fixes. That's definitely good. But it looks like a lot of older characters as well. Good fix too. That's good. Fix an issue that caused the survivors to clip into the ground when locker interrupted by the Unknown. That's definitely a good fix, because that is a pretty big problem. Fix an issue that caused the spirit to see hidden items on survivors and lockers after phasing. That's definitely a good fix as well, because that's not supposed to happen. Fix an issue that caused the Cenobite, aka Pinhead's power not to interrupt healing actions. That's a problem, because it's supposed to. He's kind of annoying, Pinhead, because his power can, like, affect everything. Like, the chain hunt will interrupt pretty much anything. So, except baby vaulting. I think you get away with vaulting and maybe pallet dropping, but that's it. Maybe. Fix an issue where the survivor appeared to float and disappear when being hooked by the good guy. I wonder if that's related to the problem me and Orange had. For those of you that don't know, we've, I think twice, and so on my account specifically, we were playing the game. Well, okay, me and Orange were hanging out, and he was just helping me out with some challenges, and we were playing Survivor against Chucky, and he would hook us, and we were stuck. We were stuck at that hook until we got hit again. Luckily for both of us, the Chucky was nice. Luckily for both of us, we did get hit by Chucky eventually. And that fixed the problem. And it only happened against Chucky specifically, which is kind of how we figured out that we're pretty sure, we're like 99% sure that that is a Chucky bug, that is a bug that only happens with him. So I'm really hoping that if that's not that issue, I really hope that that issue will get resolved soon, because it was very, like, it didn't happen often, but it was very annoying. You couldn't move. You could only go side to side. You were just stuck. It was awful. And what made it more, I wouldn't say like irritating, but made it kind of, what was interesting was, I remember, at least in Orange's attempt where that happened, the other survivors were like shining flashlights at him, and like they were trying to get him to, like, I think they were trying to tell him to, like, come on, but like we literally couldn't. Like, the only, like, what they were saying on their screen was us just going side to side at the hook, and like, I don't know, because it kind of looked on our end like we were hitting like a invisible wall when we would do that. Like, we could only go sideways so much, and it wasn't very much. So I wonder if I wonder what they were seeing and like what they were thinking was happening, because obviously we were having an issue, but that issue seems to not be very common. So I wonder if they maybe thought we were just being weird or something. I don't know. But I hope that gets resolved soon. And the reason I brought that up is because Chucky got what sounds to be a somewhat similar bug fix, and that makes me happy and makes me think that maybe that will help alleviate at least the issue that me and Orange had encountered those 2 times. Fix an issue that caused the cannibals, aka Bubba, camera to clip and see through lockers or walls at the end of its chainsaw animation. That's weird. That's interesting. A very good thing that they fixed that, but I feel like that would be disorienting, to some extent. Fixed an issue that caused a stretched texture on the Doctor's Bloodshot outfit head during his lobby menu animation. I did not get that outfit, unfortunately. I didn't get any of those any of the outfits during the Blood Hunt, but I think it's interesting that they're still fixing the outfits, because I remember a past bug fix, which I believe happened during the event that those come from. I think they fixed Doctor's outfit like two or three times, and they were little fixes. And then I think they touched another one of the outfits at least once. So I just think it's interesting that they're still touching that Doctor outfit. Must have quite a few problems for them to still be. Environment slash maps. Fix an issue in the underground complex where the placement of the hook in the portal room would not be accessible to survivors. I don't think I've ever experienced that issue, but that's a good issue to fix, just in case a survivor needs to get over there to like unhook somebody or something. Fix an issue in the underground complex where the trapper could hide bear traps in rubble. That sounds amazing that he could do that, but that's definitely good that they fixed that. Quite a few of these are, I think those are the only underground complex ones, but definitely good to fix some of those problems. Fix an issue where the salt circle would not appear properly in the basement. That's related to Sable's perk. What was it? Invocation? Whatever the hell. So that's good that they fixed that, just because that is a problem. Fix an issue where a chest or killer items would clip in lockers or blockers in the underground complex. That's definitely good to fix. That's definitely a problem. Fix an issue in Deadlock Saloon where a generator could not be repaired on one side. I wonder what generator that was. Okay. Definitely good that they fixed that. Fix an issue in Garden of Joy where the dream snare would be placed under the floor. Grimmer Nazi, open up! Anyways, they put where twice in the same sentence right next to each other. Where. I'm assuming they meant like where the dream snare would be placed under the floor, but they for some reason put where twice for whatever reason. Audio, fix an issue that caused Dwight's tights pants jingle sound to be heard by all players when rotating in the menus. That's interesting, because that is a Born That Day Christmas climb outfit for Dwight. That's definitely interesting. That's having some problems. Definitely gotta fix that. Platforms. Fix an issue on Epic where some players' grade could not be visible in the tally scoreboard under certain circumstances. So I personally, I don't play the game on Epic. I don't have an Epic account, so I couldn't, even if I wanted to. Plus, I haven't looked into it a whole lot, so I'm just curious how different. I've always been kind of curious how different it is, because like Dead by Daylight on PS4 and PC, like sure they're very similar, sure they're the same game, but like they run a little differently, and some things are a little different because mouse via controller. So I'm just curious. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm just curious what those certain circumstances was that would cause this problem. But yeah, that's the end of it. So kind of final thoughts. Nothing terribly like weird in this one. I feel like that overall this is one of the better bug fixes, because some of the bug fixes, they fix like weird problems that like don't fully like matter in terms of gameplay. Okay, obviously they matter, and I'm happy that those are getting fixed, but I feel like this had a lot more issues that either prevented a power from like working fully, or like just fixing problems with like maps that was like preventing things to happen a certain way, or like fixing some of the character stuff, like the unknown's lunge being shorter, that being fixed and stuff like that is a good thing. So I think and then obviously the add-ons, which is the major part of this bug fix, I think those reworks are solid. Honestly, this is a pretty solid bug fix patch, in my opinion. I mean, they reworked some add-ons, which is always good, and obviously they'll see how people feel about that. They fixed some issues with some killers. They fixed some problems regarding maps and stuff. Like it's honestly a pretty solid, well-rounded one. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, ring the bell, do all the algorithmic garbage. It helps us out a lot, and it means a lot to us. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.